All right, guys, I just started the recording. As I said, I'm going to try and first start with things that I know Autumn shared with us when we did this round one that I thought was helpful, going through everything. So the biggest question people ask when you have your little nice grid like this is, can you take containers from other blocks and move them somewhere else? And the answer is no, like you're not supposed to do that. Like each block stays together. And oftentimes you'll hear Katie and I talk about, we really wish we had a purple up here because that would make some things easier. And no, we're not allowed to do that. Like, so the easy answer is like, no. There are two switches you can make though, but it applies to the whole block. Some people get really freaked out about the pre-workout meal, like having it really early in the morning or right before you work out. And I was super duper freaked out about that. I was like, how am I going to do this? Well, how I did it, I started waking up 15 minutes earlier, and that helped. And what Autumn had said in a lot of her things, you don't have to wait an hour from the workout, pre-workout meal to your workout. You can just eat it and go right into your workout if you want to, if your stomach can handle it. And I was really surprised, like my stomach was fine with it. I will say with the 80-day obsession workouts, you're not jumping a ton, so it's not going to be that like sloshy. You really shouldn't have a sloshy feeling, and actually you need the things in you though to like fuel your workout because they are hard. You need that food as fuel, and I think you'll be okay. So what I typically did, I would come downstairs and have my meal like really easy to make for my pre-workout meal. I oftentimes do like protein waffles or something else that I can just like eat all at once. So I'm like eating, usually that's when I'm on the computer doing my computer time so I can eat and type and do my thing. And then drink my Energize right afterwards, go downstairs, press play. And as soon as I'm done drinking my Energize is when I'm pressing play. So I probably wait 30 minutes, just the way it all works out. What she says we can do, if you still are afraid about eating all this food before your workout, we are allowed to move meal option 1. We flip-flop meal option 1 and the pre-workout meal. That is one thing we're allowed to do. The only issue with that is if you look at meal option 1, that is the best meal for your Shake-io, or for your Shakeology, because that's the purple, the red, and the teaspoon. So that's going to be, the red's going to be your scoop of Shakeology, the purple for me is like half my banana or frozen cherries, and the teaspoon is my almond butter or peanut butter. And like I really enjoy my Shakeology. So I don't really have an interest in making it first thing in the morning, guzzling it down to go work out. Like for me, I like having Shakeology in the afternoon or at lunch because like I enjoy it. I don't want to like scarf it down. So it's something to think about. You can do it that way. Here's another thing. So meal option 1, 2, and 3, you don't have to eat them in that order. Like the pre and post workout stay with your workout. But meal option 1, 2, and 3, you could go 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2. Whatever order you want is fine. The way she lays it out makes a lot of sense though, because you have more containers at dinner time, and don't you want to have more containers at dinner time, like when you're sitting down with your family and eating. So I did typically keep meal option 3 down here. A few times if I went out to a lunch where I did not have the option of getting a healthier lunch, I might have had to have like a yellow at my lunch, then I would flip-flop. But more often than not, I kept my dinner option down here. For meal options 1 and 2, those are the ones I would flip-flop sometimes. So if I had a really busy day at work, I would drink the Shakeology at around 12-ish. If I had a really busy day at work, I had a blender at work. I made the Shakeology and I could drink while I was working, so that worked well for me. But if I noticed everyone else was sitting down and I wanted to sit down with them too, I would have my meal option 2 at lunchtime and my shake around 3 o'clock. And the shake around 3 o'clock is also awesome because like, guys, how like 3 o'clock gets, it's 3 o'clock, you want a snack, and that's when I start fantasizing. Try to turn that off. I'm sure it's just a robocollar. Like, I don't know about you all, but like 3 o'clock is when I start thinking about cookies. Like that's when I think about cookies or a treat or the candy jar down, at the other end of the office. And then every single time I'm like, oh, I still get my shake, or oh, I'll do this other thing. So then that's when I would have the other thing. You can drink your shake, or you might even start craving coffee. Like I do still drink coffee. I drink a good amount. I think 2 shots of espresso every morning. If I'm tired, I'll have coffee in the afternoon. but I really tried to do here, like no Wendy, no coffee, have your Shakeology instead, and that would get me over that hump. So that's kind of how I approached all this. Did you guys get the Recover?
Yeah.
So Recover is amazing. Like, and I kind of thought everyone was just blowing smoke up my butt, to be honest with you, with that NHS. So it's like, when it first came out, I was like, what is this stuff? You know, or I started coaching like 2 years ago. People were talking about it. It made me nervous. But then I was like, I was in my workouts and I was like, I feel like I'm not going as hard as I could go. And then when I had the Energize, I had it, but I couldn't like do it. So I'm like, okay, I'll try this Energize stuff. And I tried it. I'm like, oh, this actually works pretty well, you know? And then last summer, I hadn't tried Recover until last summer, and we were doing Shift Shop. Were you guys with anyone doing Shift Shop last summer? So they really talked a lot about the performance line and Recover. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And as soon as I started doing it, I noticed a huge difference in my arms right here. Like, it was like, wow, like all of a sudden, like the lean muscle just like popped or something. I'm like, oh, this is like legit too. So up until this program, I just drank the Recover in a Shakeology cup with like some water. And it's really good that way. It's really good. But with this program, with 80 Day, she says to mix it with a purple. And I was like, ooh, this sounds fun. So it's like a whole nother shake you're getting. So I usually do the Recover with half a banana, frozen bananas. Do you guys know about the frozen banana thing? Mm-hmm. So part of my meal prep, like I just do a bunch of frozen bananas. So it just makes the shake a little bit like smoother. And if, for example, while I'm on this tangent, if you have a green in your Shakio block, you know, where the purple red is, a really good thing for your green to put in there. I know a lot of people do spinach, but frozen zucchini, I know it sounds really, really weird, and I'm just starting to love zucchini over the last year or so. Frozen zucchini has no taste, but it makes it really smooth. So if you were having like a vanilla Shakeology and you like frozen cherries in there, you could do like vanilla Shakeology, frozen cherries, frozen zucchini, water. You probably don't need to add much ice, and that would be a really good shake. Anyway, my point. What was I just talking about? Oh, the Recover. So then other really fun things to mix with it. So Recover with frozen cherries is like my favorite. That's by far my favorite. Recover with orange is also really good. I would peel an orange and freeze it overnight and then throw that in the morning. It takes like one of those like chocolate oranges, you know, that you whack and break open. Do you guys know this?
Yeah.
It tastes like that. Really good. Like super duper. It's a game changer. And the cool thing about the Recover, you have that Recover like right. So you work out, you make your Recover, and you don't down it. You're not supposed to down it really quickly. I would say try and drink it over half an hour. Otherwise, it will go straight through you, and you're not getting the BCAA. The BCAAs like aren't staying in your body, and like that is the beta chain amino acids, and that's what's the most important part of Recover, and it promotes like lean muscle growth, recovery, and all that. As in Jonathan, you know, you'll see Jonathan Sandberg pop up in here. He's like, if you drink that stuff too fast, you have to like that's all you have. So keep in mind you drink that slow, and when it's the shake, you do drink it slower. But the cool thing, if you drink it, you know, right after your workout, you can then get another like 2 hours after it before you get to your post-workout meal. So it can like stretch everything out longer. Because I know I start eating around 5 p.m. My last meal is at 6 p.m. And then did you guys order the Recharge?
Yeah.
So the Recharge, I didn't start until this program at all. And Rosalind, did you get the Recharge?
I didn't.
Yeah. So the main reason I got it is because I don't know about you, but like when I was doing 21 Day Fix and all those programs, my very favorite thing that I was able to do with those programs is I could still have a dessert at night, and the dessert I had was usually Greek yogurt with like PB powder and whatever containers I had left. But like that was one of my favorite things for dessert. 80 Day Obsession is sort of cool in some ways because like you eat that last meal, the kitchen is closed. Like there is no option for anything else. Like you're done. So for me, that was because I got out of the dessert habit. I got out of the habit like while I'm watching TV, you're not having the glass of wine, you're not having a dessert. But sometimes I think you just need something. The Recharge is good in that capacity. And the Recharge, I don't recommend drinking it as a shake. The first time so the Recharge, it's like a vanilla, and it's this big container, and it's like vanilla powder. And so the first time I got it, I'm like, ooh, it's nighttime. I'm going to make it like hot chocolate. So it's going to be so great. It's going to be a scoop of this with warm water. It's going to be delicious. It was so bad. because it like all like clumped up. So I wouldn't do that. Like it was just a bad idea. So the next time I did it cold, and then it was okay. But then someone in the test group I was in said just mix it with a little bit of water in like a bowl, and then it makes it a pudding. And the main protein in the recharge is casein, so that's like an egg protein. So it kind of got, I don't know how to explain it, but like glistening, like, but like a little bit of water and like cinnamon was good. It was like pudding. I wouldn't say it was the best pudding you've ever had, but it like at least it scratches the itch. So that's what I did there. The other thing I noticed on this program is what I noticed with people like seeing results faster. When you're looking at the food lists, let's see if I have it in front of me. Should have had it. This is like I have a whole 80-day obsession. Just all the information. Here we go. The food list. So you should all have this somewhere as well. And here's something really important. The best choices you can make are at the top of the food list. So I know sometimes people will see results as fast in either 80-day or 21-day fix, and they might get frustrated. And it's because all of their yellows are coming from here. It means the yellows are like all bread and tortillas and couscous and like whole wheat pasta. What I really recommend you do, if you're going to eat yellows from the bottom, like do that sparingly, like maybe a couple times a week, definitely not a couple times a day, once a day max. I would really concentrate on sweets.
Sorry.
The sweet potatoes is like the best thing you can be eating on the yellow by far. And if you really want something that feels more carby, then I'd maybe do the quinoa, you know. But the people have the best results if they stay at the top. Like basically the best things for you at the top of all of these. So under the greens, that's like kale and watercress. I don't know who eats watercress. I ate a lot of like spinach and Brussels sprouts and broccoli. And then purple, I guess the ones at the bottom. So I don't know if you guys know, but purples are also like salsa, tomato sauce. So if you're making some sort of, if you need another option for the blue, green, purple, like which is for me, that's my option 2 under B. The green can be a portobello mushroom cap. The purple can be marinara sauce, and the blue can be mozzarella. So you can make a little baby pizza. I did that a couple of times too. That was pretty good. But, you know, just stay like on the top. The other really important thing with this whole thing is repetition. Like I often would do, I think I talked about this with you all. I could be on track. I do a lot of, let's see a good example. Oh, where's a good example? Come on. Like here, I would just start calling my days A days, B days. Like I'd eat, like, so my breakfast would be a little bit different. And then I'd call it A and this one B, and then just go A, B, A, B, A, B. Just so you're not doing as much, you don't have to, every day doesn't have to be completely different. Like my days basically looked really similar for most of the day until dinner, and dinner is where things got a little bit more exciting. It means your meal prep is going to be a lot easier. Another one of my favorite things, I'll just talk about it while I'm thinking about it. So I loved, like, so sweet potatoes, like I got obsessed with sweet potatoes. And sweet potatoes with a teaspoon. So I either do a teaspoon of coconut oil or a teaspoon of almond butter. And that is really great for your pre or post workout meal. And then you just pair that with like a veggie and a protein. And the easiest protein is, 2 eggs. Veggie can be whatever. And I started doing these like mason jar eggs. So you just get a mason jar, if you have them like lying around. You like spray it with vegetable, not, you don't spray it, but you spray it with olive oil. And you fill it with veggies. So I would either do roasted veggies that I had from the night before, or broccoli, or I would like cram it with spinach. So we're not using this. Mason jar, like cram it with spinach. And then you can bring that with you to work. And then also just bring like a carton of eggs and store them at work, or just like 2 eggs I put in a little Tupperware. Then you crack the eggs on there, like mix it up and put it in the microwave. You do like 30 seconds, stir, 30 seconds, stir, 30 seconds, stir. And you're careful sometimes because I forgot I did too much time on there, and like the whole, like pretend this is the mason jar and this is stuff in it, it'll start to like come out like a snake and get huge. But you have to be like, it doesn't go everywhere, but it's really good. And like, I know people are like, ew, microwaved eggs, that's gross. And the mason jar, it's actually really good, and it's easy. It's like no prep. The only prep is you're stuffing a mason jar with spinach and you're bringing 2 eggs. Like that's another easy, fast thing that I did. All right, I'm gonna stop talking. What question do you guys have?
It all kind of makes sense to me. I guess my big concern is handling it with my demanding work schedule. But getting the ideas from you about the eggs and stuff like that, that's helpful.
What do you do for work?
I work in a laboratory. I'm a quality manager.
Oh, okay. So are you able to like sneak out and like get a quick meal really quick, like to the break room every couple hours, or?
Yeah. It's just mostly like, yeah, I can definitely do that. It's just having like transporting all the food. We don't have a lot of like storage space for, like, I can't bring a carton of eggs.
You need to advocate for a bigger refrigerator.
I know, right? It's actually like a huge refrigerator. There are just too many employees.
That's hard. Well, you can just little baby.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. I'm a large person, and so I'm on Plan F, and it's a lot of food.
A lot of food, but trust the process. Trust the process. It's exciting. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah.
I guess the questions will be like for meal prep so I do most of my meal prep on Sundays. Just have like really buckling down on Sundays. And are you at home on Sundays or are you at work?
Yeah.
And like just do you have an Instapot?
I do. It's not currently with me though. I just recently moved to New York from North Carolina, and I'm in this like transition phase. So
It's because you can do, if you like, you can do a whole bunch of hard-boiled eggs at once. I would do a whole like vat of sweet potatoes at once, and then I just as soon as the sweet potatoes are done, I put them in a bowl, like I mash them all up, and I just use the yellow container to scoop and put in a Ziploc, and scoop and put in a Ziploc.
Okay.
And I would do Ziploc baggies and like freeze them that way. And actually, that might even, you know what, that could work for you if you freeze them, because then that could act as your ice pack.
Oh yeah.
You know, with your other stuff, if you can't put all your stuff into the fridge, your sweet potatoes, the frozen sweet potatoes could act as an ice pack, keeping everything else sort of cold.
Yeah.
And then I'd also put it in like the little, I love the Ziploc circle storage containers. I'm obsessed with them. Like I have them all over. I also like do a bunch of fish. I did a fish for my post-workout meal. I did a lot as well. I make a bunch on Sunday or Monday. That you can only use that like 3 days after you make it, right? And then it kind of gets weird.
Yeah.
The same thing like frozen chicken, or like I do like a shredded chicken kind of thing in the Instapot. And then add a whole bunch of shredded chicken. Again, take the red, measure it out, put it in Ziploc bags, and then you can freeze that as well. And then just, what my goal would be to do in this, I just never got like the stickers, like batch cook a lot of stuff. I'll portion out into a bunch of Ziplocs, put the sticker of the color of what it is. Are you a red, a green, a yellow, whatever. And then just like, oh, I need a red, green, yellow, and then just like throw that into your bag, and you just can kind of mix and match it together.
Yeah.
Like that would be helpful. The quinoa too. I did the quinoa in Instapot, and I had a bunch of like yellow bags of quinoa.
Yeah, I mean, I think the key to this is just planning. You can't really wing it.
It gets easy. Like by the end, you know the rhythm. You know what I mean? It definitely gets easier. Another cool thing I know Katie and some other people did is they set alarms on their phone, and
I've already set mine. So
with the hearts with the different
yeah.
That's a really good idea. Especially in your lab, and you're like, oh yeah, I need to eat.
Yeah, because I can get like into a workflow and hours can go by. So that was a really good tip. So.
Rosalind, do you have any questions?
I actually do, about the timing. I feel it's like back to breastfeeding. Like, when do you start the timing? Is it before you start eating or after your last bite?
Okay. well, I'm gonna look to see. I'm gonna write out what I did as I say it, and then that will help me figure it out. So I would start my first meal at like 5. Let's pretend. So then I would have my recover around no 5. That can't be right. I'd probably start my first meal 4:45. That'll be more right. Then I'd have my recovery. So I'd start working out at 5:30. Oh yeah, I have my energize be done by 5:30. Work out from 5:30 to 6:30. So 6:30 was this, and then I would eat my post workout meal at like 9:10. So 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. I stretched it 2.5 hours just so because I couldn't. By the time I got to work and heated up all my stuff, I wasn't actually eating until 9:10, and that sort of worked. And then the next one was at noon. Was my shake and my other thing. My other meal was at 3 and then 6. So I kind of did like a 3-hour doohickey. I would say because I would do like 12, 3, and 6 were my meal options 1, 2, and 3. And the pre-workout meal can be wherever you really feel like. How I wouldn't wait longer than an hour. You would drink and recover right after your workout, and then I would try. That's where I would try and squeeze in maybe a little bit more time my post-workout meal, just because feasibly I wasn't able to eat until 9:10. Uh-oh, did I freeze? There you go. Does that like? Are you gonna be? Uh-oh. Sorry. Can you guys hear that? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Are you guys both gonna be morning worker-outers?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So that schedule worked for me. It is getting up early, but you are so tired at night, you kind of just fall asleep and you have really, really good sleep. I do say that.
I actually have a question on the Shakeology too. So I've noticed that drinking the Shakeology after lunch, like that, like you were saying, at 3 o'clock, I need something sweet kick. So I usually save a Shakeology then. The problem though is that I work and I don't have access to a blender or a shake, like a Ninja. So what I've been doing, and I don't know if this is legit, but I'll mix everything up in my Ninja, not including the Shakeology. And then when it's time to drink it, I'll dump the Shakeology in there, shake it, and drink it that way. Because I've heard that you have to drink it 30 minutes of making it.
Mix it up.
Right.
So that's what the Shakeology thingy, I think your idea is awesome. I know one of the girls in my groups, because we were talking about it, she makes her whole thing in the morning and she puts it in a Yeti. And the Yeti, I think it's a Yeti, is that the thing that keeps it really cold?
Yes.
So she puts in a Yeti and she says it tastes fine. And like I think she's still getting good benefits from it. I think your idea is better though, because I like the idea that the shake isn't starting to like mix with other stuff like too often, like break down in a way it shouldn't break down and react with the other things. So I like your idea better. I think that's a good idea. I think you can try it the other way. For me, I just think sometimes it tastes weird if you like let it sit too long. I don't know if it starts doing something. I don't know. But your idea is better.
Yay.
Is there any way possible? Like, yeah. And I think, is it just as good that way as when you make it at home, like in a blender?
It isn't. Like, you can taste it a little grittier.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's the shit, and I don't think I'm shaking it as much as the blender would, but it's better than nothing.
You can, you try it. Like if you have the Yeti, try it and see if you're still getting good results and it still makes you feel good. It might be okay, but you're right. I mean, the package does say eat within 30 minutes of consuming. So I think you're probably getting more nutritional stuff out of the way you're doing it.
Okay.
And then any other?
I don't have any more questions.
What about you, Roslyn?
I think I'm good too.
And have you guys both done 21 Day Fix before?
Yeah.
So it's really the same. It's just like 21 Day Fix on crack. Like it's 21 Day Fix, but it tells you what time to eat and where. So you guys know too. Are you guys both Katie's people? Or Donna?
Yeah. She's my cousin.
Oh, nice. Oh, and Roslyn, you one of Donna's people?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I knew this. was totally going to say something. Okay, so you know from our groups what we say all the time. Like if you're looking for recipes that work, you know, there's all the Fix8 recipes, you know. But then there's also, if you just like Google paleo or Whole30, not that this is a paleo or Whole30 program, but you'll find recipes that are friendly to this, you know. And again, you know, and with paleo, especially, and Whole30 too, they like their yellows are going to come from the things up here, you know, which is like the sweet potato and that sort of thing. I don't remember if you're allowed to have quinoa on paleo. I don't know. I've never really actually done paleo, but I like the paleo recipes. Nom Nom Paleo, if you've ever looked at her.
Yeah.
So,
I have both her cookbooks.
She's like amazing. I'm so jealous. Like I want her life.
Yeah.
She's good. She's legit. All right. Well, I'm gonna sit down and make my meal plan. I still need to do that for next week. But any other questions I can answer? Or?
No.
All right.
Nope, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
For signing on.
Uh-huh.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.